Hello, I greet you all wherever you're listening to me from. My name is Dr. Lartey, and I want to do a very quick video on how to trade our signals from the B13 J cartel or global cartel page. So signals are given on the page, but some people are still confused on how to trade them. So I'm here to help you, to assist you to be able to trade using the Dr. Lartey strategy in combination with the signal on the page. So in our previous video, we spoke about how to set the Dr. Lartey strategy. So if you have not done that, then I would advise that you go back and go and watch that video so that you can set up the strategy down. Then in the trade, we just pick a signal and go and trade. In fact, when you are setting up a trade on the crypto market, it shouldn't even take you up to 1 minute. It should be something that you are able to do with ease. And so this video, I'll take one signal and I'll show you how to go about it, and then it will help you to be able to enter trade very easily. So on the B13 J Cartel 2.2 Dr. Hussein page, which he has been posting a lot of signals for us. As you can see on my screen, I'm already on that page, and the signal that I'm seeing in front of me has some details. First of all, you need to pay attention to the details of the signal that is being sent. In this signal, it's telling us that we should trade shorts. So if you see anything short or long, it means that he's talking about the futures markets. So immediately you should know that you should be in the futures market. That is where you are going to play. So anything short, long, you should know that you are going to trade in the futures market. And so in this strategy, as you can see, he's saying that the type of market that we should go in the futures market, and that is short. It means that we are going to make sure that we are on the short market. If you go and trade it on the long market, you'll be on the wrong side of the market, and that can cost you a lot of money. And then he's also giving us details of where we should enter the market exactly. He's saying that we should use the MACD, and we should use a depth cross above the 0 watts, above the zero line. So I'll try as much as I can to explain these things in a brief. And the take profit also that he say we should take is 1.5%. So these are the three details that are given in the signal. And then so if we click on the image, we can see the name of the token or coin that we are going to trade. Most people don't click on the image, so they hardly see the name of the coin. So if you click on the image, you see that at the top we can see what the name of the coin that we are supposed to trade. So you keep the name of the coin in your head, which is VIC perpetual. So that is the coin that we are going to trade. And you can see that down here, yes, you can see where he's estimating that the MACD will happen. And you can see that the way this trade is going to happen above the zero line. And that's why he's in the signal, he asked us to use a MACD, which is a depth cross above the zero line. So that is how it is. So what we will do after knowing the name of the coin we are supposed to trade and also the details of the coin that we are supposed to trade, we will move into our royal kill. We'll move into our royal kill, and then in our royal kill, you see that at the down there we have what we have down here. I'm circling it so that you can see. So down there we'll go to strategy 1. Yes, strategy is where we'll go to first. Then we'll come to create at the top here, and then it will take us into where the coins are. Then we're going to look for it. So that is what I'm going to do now. So I'll go into the strategy, which I'm already there. Then I go to create at the top here, and then it will give me the list of all the coins. But you see that at the top here, this is one of the things that many people are confused about. So you see that at the top here, where it's asking you to select the currencies, that is where we select the coins or the tokens. We see favorites, and then we see all. So if it's a coin you have traded before, it will appear in the favorites list. If you have not traded the coin before, then you have to go to all, and then you select to give you all the coins that you have on your platform, and then you can select from there. So I'll select all, and then I will type the name of the coin at the search engine at the top here. So the name of the coin that was in the signal was VIC USDT. So you see that it has popped up. And once it pops up, then you click on the coin, then it will give you the details as you can see. Now, the first thing that you need to take note of is the signal that was given was asking us to trade shorts. So as the token has opened like this, you can see that it's on default long. So we need to change this one towards shorts. We need to change it to shorts. So we'll click on the shorts, and then it will change to shorts because the signal says that we should trade shorts. So if you go and trade long, then you are on your own. So we'll click on the short, and then it will change the short for us. Now this is what we're going to do. After the shorts, after we go to shorts, what is the next thing that we need to think of? We need to go and choose our strategy. Remember that we have saved the strategy as Dr. Lartey Strategy. So we will go to trade setting at the down here. If you can't find trade setting, if you look at the down here, you can see trade setting is here. So we'll click on trade setting, and then it will take us into our configuration so that we can do all our settings there. So we hit on trade setting. The first thing that we'll change at the top here is from smart create to manually create, because I've traded this coin before, so like most of my settings are here. So I will I will I'll change from create smart create into what manually create. We want to use the manually create because we are going to use our own settings. So we'll choose manually create at the top here. Good. And always make sure that you check this whether you're on the right side of the trade. The signal says we should trade short, so you check and see if you are on short. If you are not on shorts here, it means that you didn't choose the shorts in the previous page, so you have to go back and check that. Now, having that and all things right, then after knowing that we are on shorts, then we'll come to what we'll come to my template change. So my template change, we are going to change it. That is where we are going to choose our strategy, which is the Dr. Lartey strategy. So I will go to my template here, then it will take me to my strategy settings, where I'm going to see a list of my strategies. So in this video, or in this trade, we are going to use the Dr. Lartey strategy. So I'll click on the Dr. Lartey strategy here, and then it will pick it up. So you see that the name of the strategy is now appearing at my trade setting, meaning that I'm on the right path. Now, one of the things that I spoke about in the previous video is using a strategy mode, which is called the sub-bin mode real-time settlement. This one. So the strategy mode is very, very important in this strategy. If you miss it, you won't see the you won't see the sweetness of this thing. So our strategy mode, we are going to change the strategy mode. Mine has already been changed, but sometimes yours will not be there. So you click on the arrow beside it, then it will give you these options: whole warehouse mode or sub-bin mode. And the sub-bin mode real-time settlement. That's what we're going to use. So we're going to choose the last one, which is the sub-bin mode real-time settlement, and then we are good to go. That one allows the robot to sell and give us profit even when we are still in the trade, especially after the fourth call. So in other words, which is the fifth call upwards, it will sell and it will give us towards our our this thing, our profits. So one of the things that you need to also check all the time is your first buying amount. Your first buying amount. Remember that we said that we don't want to enter the market with huge amount of money, especially especially knowing the uncertainty of the market. So what we do is that we enter with 5% of our capital. So normally I'll tell people that enter with $5, at least something around $5, so that you leave most of your monies for your margin calls from the fifth call to the 10th call. So Royal Q has added this wonderful thing that first we need to calculate, but now that's made it easy for us. So we can see that the first buying amount, it's mostly in the token's name. So below it is the amount that we are going to enter the markets with what? Our USDT. So you can see that if I'm entering the market with 17 VIC USDT, then it means that I'm going to spend $5.71 as USDT into the market. So you need to check those things. Sometimes maybe it might be low, so you need to add up. Sometimes it's high. Then you need to know the kind of risk in which you are getting yourself into. So that is your first buying amount. So always remember that we enter with 5% of our capital, depending on your capital and what you want to achieve. So always remember it's 5% of our capital. Then we AI margin call is always disabled. We don't use the AI margin call. We are using our own margin call, so we don't use the AI margin call. Now, the next thing that you need to check in your trade is your leverage multiplication. Leverage, what is leverage? Leverage means that you are borrowing money from your exchanger to add up to your money to trade. So assuming I have a capital of $100 and I do a leverage of times three, it means my $100 is multiplied by three, meaning that the amount of money now I have entering the market is $300. Meanwhile, my money is $100 because of leverage. And always remember that high leverage also comes with high risk. And so we don't want to use high leverage like times 10, times 20, depending on your risk level and depending on the type of person you are. But to save your money and to protect your money is the key thing in this business. If you don't have capital, you can't trade. So always make sure that you protect your capital so that you can trade. So we're going to use a leverage of times three. So we change the leverage multiples to times three. And to ask us some question, we say yes, we agree. Then that is all. The rest has already picked up from the Dr. Lartey strategy that we selected. So the leverage is the only thing that we'll do here. Now in the signal that was given, he asked us to use the MACD what depth cross. It means that we're going to short this coin and we're going to short at a MACD above the zero line or greater than the zero line. So we'll go back to uh, our trade setting. Now we're going to set the MACD. But before I set the MACD, remember that in the signal, he said that we should take a profit of what 1.5. But because the Dr. Lartey strategy is set to a profit of 1.5, we can see that it's already here. So we don't need to change anything about it. If if the signal was telling us that we should use uh, a profit ratio of 2% or 3% or 5%, that is when we are going to change it here so that it will suit the strategy. But because it's the same thing, 1.5, we don't do anything to it. So we are going to set our MACD. So we'll go down here to advanced setting. As you can see on my page, the down option there, which is optional, it means you can use it or you can leave it. So we'll click on the arrow and it will open three things for us. We have the strategy period, which is already on one shot. always make sure you check that we are trading with one shot, not cycle. So one shot is already there. Then we see the first what buy trigger condition. It means that what is the trigger point that we want to enter the market, and the signal says that we should use the MACD. So we are going to click on the arrow here, and when we click on this arrow, it will give us the options of things that we can use to enter the market. So this one is at the default of trigger price. So when we click it, it will give us trigger price, RSI, KDJ, and MACD. So we're going to select the MACD. When we select the MACD, we can see some options of the MACD also here. We can see a def cross, which in fact was in a signal. So that is what we are going to use in this strategy. So it says a def cross. And where is the def cross happening? So you can see the line, the trigger line. Now the trigger line, as you can see here, you can see that here. So the trigger line or the line trigger, we can have a MACD def cross happening below the zero line or above the zero line. But in this signal, it's saying that above the zero line, and we can see that this one is below the zero line or less than. When it's less than, it means it's below the zero line. When it's greater than, it means it's above the zero line. So in the signal that was given, we say we should use the MACD depth cross above the zero line. So we'll come back to the line trigger here. Then we change it to greater than zero, meaning that when there's a MACD that happens above the zero line, it means the robot will buy us into the trade. So that is how you set your MACD depth cross above the zero line. In the same way, if we have a trade whereby uh, uh, we are also trading long, I think I'll do a short video on that too, so that you will see that when it says we should do a golden cross also below the zero line. In fact, these are the settings that we're going to use. So in another video, I'll talk about that. But this one, it says we should use the MACD what depth cross above the zero line. So that is what we have set here. So after that, you save your settings, and then you are good to go. So after you save your settings, everything will come here. You will see all these things here, and then you activate your trade. Once you activate the trade, it will not enter the trade straight away because the MACD depth cross has not happened. Please take note. Some people, after activating the trade, they say, I'm not seeing anything. My trade is not trading. No, it means the MACD was depth cross has not happened. So you need to take your time, and it will take some time before it will trigger. Once it crosses it, once there's a depth cross above the zero line, the robot will buy for you. So you don't need to do anything. The robot will do the rest of the work for you. So that is how you set a trade using our signal from the B13 G Cartel page. So that is it for setting up a short trade. Thank you very much and have a nice day. My name again is Dr. Lartey. Thank you very much.